Hi, I'm Susan Sarandon, and I can read dialogue. Blue Beetle released this past weekend in theaters, actually. I'm almost certain that the executives over at Warner Brothers at one point really wanted this to be released on HBO Max, but no, we actually got this released in theaters, and this movie is directed by Angel Manuel Soto, who has also directed such films like La Granja and Charm City Kings. And this film is starring Xolo Maridueña, Adriana Barraza, Damian Alcazar, Elpidia Carrillo, Bruna Marquezine, Raul Max Trujillo, George Lopez, Milagro Reyes, and Susan Sarandon. For those of you who have followed my channel for a little bit, you know my opinions on Susan Sarandon's acting ability. She hasn't been good, in my opinion, since Thelma and Louise, which is a great movie, but ever since then, whenever she pops out with a brand new acting performance, boy, does it seem like she's just reading dialogue, and Blue Beetle is no exception, but the rest of the movie definitely overshadows it, and it makes me very happy. Jaime Reyes is a recent college graduate, and has made his way home to Palmera City, where he's looking to help out his family pay the rent. One day, hoping to get a job from the beautiful Jenny Cord, Jenny provides him with a small blue scarab that she has stolen from the lab at Cord Industries. But what's special about this scarab is that it actually chooses Jaime to be its host and gives him the superpowers of Blue Beetle. So now Blue Beetle is flying around hoping to take down all of the evil people behind Cord Industries and hoping to save his family in the process. So here it is, Blue Beetle. He is finally here. He is finally on screen. He is one of the mainstays, in my opinion, of the DC universe and of the Justice League. There are several different versions of Blue Beetle in the comics. My favorite was always Ted Kord, just because he was best friends with Booster Gold, and Booster Gold is the frickin' best, and this movie does lead itself to maybe possibly seeing Ted Kord in the future, and potentially seeing that Kord person actually hang out with Booster Gold in that Booster Gold series that James Gunn talked about in the new DC universe, which I guess Jaime Reyes belongs to. According to James Gunn in several interviews, he is the first character that is in the DCU, but apparently this film doesn't necessarily fit into that whole universe. It's still a little confusing exactly where the line is as to where the DCEU ended and where this new DCU is going to begin. Even though I'm looking very much forward to the new DCU, I would just like a clear line, Mr. Gunn and Mr. Safran. You know, where are you starting? I know you say Superman Lives, but we also have Creature Commandos. We also have Waller that's supposedly coming out before then. So where is that frickin' line? Where does Aquaman fit into all of this? Come on, I just want to frickin' know. I love DC, damn it. But if this version of Jaime Reyes as Blue Beetle is sticking around, I am super happy, because I think this actor portrayed him beautifully, very innocently. He had a lot of charm to him, and he just had a lot of great positive outlook on life, and he was always willing to help his family, or he was willing to help the people who were in need. Even though there are several points in this movie where he does feel himself get down, and he does see things that are just hopeless, but he finds that hope with his family. And I love that aspect about this movie, and I love the representation of the Latino culture in this film. This film has been getting great reviews, especially from the Latino culture. They feel represented with this character, and they absolutely should. This is a great representation, and a great character to do so. I really like this Xolo guy. I've never seen him before. I know he was in the Cobra Kai series, and I haven't checked that out. I know I'm a terrible fan, but I think he is really charming, and I'm really glad that he is sticking around. Hopefully the rest of the family members do stick around too for the DCEU. Please just let Nana be there with her little machine gun. That was a great part. And George Lopez, who brought a lot of levity to this film with his one-liners, but he also had some great heartfelt moments in here. He wasn't just here for all the slapstickish and all the one-liner funny jokes. He had a lot of great moments in here too. And I really think there is a bright future for Milagro Reyes, who plays Jaime's younger sister in this film. You also saw her in Hocus Pocus 2 that came out last year. She has a great sensibility about her as an actress, and whenever she is on screen, she is captivating. I think she is beautiful as all hell, but she's quirky, she's cool, she's intelligent in every single one of her characters, and I think that's just a great sign of great things to come for her. So if you're watching this review, you heard it here first. There's going to be a lot of great things for her in her future, and she's going to be winning some awards here in the next couple of years. Mark my frickin' words. And one of the technical aspects that I absolutely love about this film is that they went with a practical suit for Blue Beetle. Yes, a lot of the antennas, those were all CGI, and of course, whenever he's flying around, that's CGI too, but when he's just standing there, when he's in the middle of the street, or when he's doing some hand-to-hand combat, that's the actual frickin' suit, and it looks so good. It's a breath of fresh air. We get so many superhero movies, comic book movies now, where the superhero is in this CGI uniform with all of the dots. You get it with the Hulk, you got it with Tony Stark as Iron Man in the Avengers films. Here, Jaime has the actual Blue Beetle suit on, and it looks so freaking good. I also love that they didn't make the helmet have an actual mouth. I know in the Injustice 2 game, they gave Blue Beetle a mouth, like you could see him talking, and even in the TV series, Batman the Brave and the Bold, you could see his mouth moving. I never really liked that. I always just thought of this like kind of like an Iron Man helmet whenever the Blue Beetle suit came over his head. So I'm glad they didn't do it. You could see his jaw moving up and down, so it moved with him, but you didn't see his mouth. A little small little detail, and I really love that. In terms of this being an origin story for this character, this is a nice, solid first entry for Blue Beetle. It's not going to redefine the genre at all, but really when you look at just what you're supposed to do in an origin story, this absolutely does it. We have our hero get these superpowers, not really want them, or if he gets them, he wants to use them for good, and he doesn't know what good is. He doesn't know what's in store for his future until there's a tragedy that happens in his life, and then all of a sudden everything clears up, and you see it in this movie where his brainwaves sync with the scarab. That was one of the funny things about this movie, is listening to everyone say the word scarab. It sounds like everyone has like a little stutter. Scarab. Really, the main criticisms I have for this film was the first act felt a little slow, felt a little sluggish. It didn't feel like we're getting a lot of energy behind where we were going for this film. And the main part of that is because it was really showcasing Susan Sarandon as this just asshole CEO of this company. First off, her character's just really crappy, but then it's also Susan Sarandon, who's not giving any emotion behind any line at all. I'm Susan Sarandon. So the whole first half, I'm trying to get into it. So I'm like, okay, when is this gonna pick up? And then when the scarab digs itself into Jaime and he starts experimenting with the Blue Beetle suit, that's when I start feeling the energy pick up here. And at first you think this is gonna be a comedy. You got George Lopez in there, and you think this is just gonna be lighthearted, but no, we get some heavy shit in here, which I love. I love it when a movie just totally comes out of nowhere and just shocks you and actually has stakes, and people could actually die in this thing. Blue Beetle, I think, is an enjoyable time. It's not the best film that's come out this year. It's not the best superhero film that's come out this year, in my opinion, but it's damn freaking good. And I know that the marketing behind this movie has been very lackluster, because I think DC put all of their money behind The Flash, and no one went to go see that movie, and I don't know why, because it was freaking great. Everything about it was freaking great. Well, I guess I do know why. It's Ezra Miller and all the shit he got himself into. But I think because they put all the money behind that film, they had nothing in reserve to promote this movie, so just kind of hoping that people would go out eventually to see it. So if you're watching this review, please, I implore you, go see this movie, support this movie for the future of the superhero genre. Let's get to see some of these unknown, smaller superheroes, other than like the big Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman people. Let's actually get these small little superheroes like Blue Beetle and Booster Gold supported. I'm gonna give Blue Beetle 4 out of 5 Blu-rays.
I like it a lot.
So guys, if you've seen Blue Beetle, what did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, then comment below and let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell. See you the next time I release my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time on the channel, but in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.